SCOTUS is hearing oral arguments about banning TikTok. Also, here is Scott Geller on MSNBC talking about the revolutionary sentiment that is sparking amongst the working class that must liberate themselves from must emancipate themselves and crush the chains of capital. We're going to be covering that as well. And then I'll also get to the Lake and Riley Act and how devastating and dangerous that is. Did I say Scott Galloway or did I say the wrong? Yeah, he sucks, by the way. Scott Galloway is awful. Did I say Scott Geller? Oh.
We'll hear oral arguments today regarding the law that would effectively shut down the video sharing app in the U.S. And now President-elect Trump is weighing in. Dan Abrams standing by to break down the arguments. First, senior White House correspondent Selena Wang is at the court. Good morning, Selena.
TikTok will make its last stand. The app is set to be banned just days from now, so TikTok is making its final plea to stay in America.
Yeah, this is how they're making the plea. Look at these cool ass dances.
It's one of the most popular social media apps in America with an estimated 100 million.
Why is Scott Galloway bad? Yeah, he has interesting thoughts on toxic masculinity. Okay, that's fine. Just don't look at what he has to say about Palestinians and students who are in favor of Palestinian emancipation, or even like all this other stuff about like his opinion on masculinity and stuff. He's got a lot of weird takes. Anyway, let's continue with this.
Home to viral moments and everything from how-to tutorials.
You have to make these chopped Italian sandwiches. These
to fashion and beauty trends.
These over here are the Cyber Monday deals I'm low-key looking at.
But in just 9 days, TikTok is set to disappear from America's app stores after Congress passed a law forcing its Chinese parent company ByteDance to sell the app or face a ban. Lawmakers from both parties and the White House argue it's a serious national security risk.
Oh, by the way, they are going to come after Tencent. They're going to come after League of Legends. I'm just letting you know right now. I am letting you know right now. They're going to come after League of Legends. They're going to come after Valorant. They're going to come after the drone producers. What is it called? DJI or whatever, the Chinese drone manufacturers. They're going to come after Chinese router companies like TP-Link. I'm just letting you know. DJI, sorry, yeah. Yes, Marvel Rivals might be on the chopping block. I am letting you know right now that the way things are going, they're going to try to clamp down on anything and everything that is made in China. This panic is not going away. It is not going to subside. It is going to get much worse. Let's continue.
Saying the Chinese government can force TikTok to hand over Americans' data and use the app to spread misinformation. TikTok denies those claims, saying its American operations are separate and arguing the ban.
Dude, there's nothing funnier. There is nothing funnier than saying TikTok is responsible for the spread of misinformation, which it is. Okay, that's true. But exclusively TikTok is responsible for spreading misinformation. Have you seen Twitter? Have you seen Facebook? Have you seen any of the social media platforms out there? Like, if you cared about the dissemination of truth, right? Or if you cared about like hate speech or you know, all of these like divisive, all these divisive statements coming out of social media and like dividing the public, then apply European style restrictions. Then you will never do that, of course, because this has nothing to do with national security fears. This has nothing to do with misinformation that TikTok is causing, and everything to do with TikTok being a Chinese operated company that is literally sucking up the rest of the social media marketplace. And they want to ensure that they're the only game in town. American owned companies must dominate the land. TikTok doesn't offer the same backdoors that every other social media platform offers to the American intelligence agencies. That's a big problem for them. And also, it's not controlled by an American that is malleable, by a Westerner that is, easier to control. That's the reason. That's why they absolutely hate it.
and violates the First Amendment right to freedom of speech. So far, federal judges have sided with the government, but later today, the Supreme Court's 9 justices will hear the arguments that...
I know they're already coming for Tencent. U.S. asks Chinese tech giants to list of companies allegedly working with China's military. Yeah. Tencent. The U.S. Department of Defense has added Chinese tech companies Tencent, a social media and gaming giant, and CATL, the world's largest battery maker, to a list of firms that it alleges works with the Chinese military. And the thing is, they do. They do. Of course they do. You know who else works with the military, with their respective military? Every American company. Every company in the United States of America, from video game developers all the way to whatever, you know, whatever goods manufacturing we have that remains here, okay? It's so stupid. If anything, the Chinese collaboration with the government / the Chinese military is much more limited than the American, overt American collaboration that every single one of our software companies and hardware companies works directly with the American military. Yeah, from Microsoft to Facebook to Amazon, everything. If they take away my League of Legends, I'm going full treatlerite. Yeah, Tencent Epic Games also works with the U.S. military. Epic partners with SwordTech for government and military applications. Epic Games has selected SwordTech as our official provider of licensing. Inclusion of the Pentagon list does not result in immediate sanctions, but it could affect the reputations of the companies named and hinder their commercial progress, particularly if they want to do business in the United States. Shares in Tencent, which owns Chinese super app WeChat, were 6.5% lower in Hong Kong on Tuesday, while CATL Shenzhen-listed shares lost more than 3%. They joined dozens of other alleged Chinese military companies on the list that the Defense Department alleges operate directly or indirectly in the U.S., according to a notice posted in the Federal Register on Monday. The Pentagon has said the so-called 1260H list, which is updated annually, is an important continued effort in highlighting and countering China's military-civil fusion strategy, a goal to develop the most technologically advanced military in the world by eliminating barriers between the country's civilian research and commercial sectors and its armed forces. Meanwhile, we got this going on. Mr. Beast, Kelly Clarkson, and Guy Fieri were approved for Pentagon funds last year as military recruitment hits record lows. Look at that. Ridiculous.